This hood hinge modification is a good example of one thing leading to another, and came about as a result of wanting to replace the stock molded solid AMT grille in one of my Kenworth projects with etched stainless mesh. Grille texture on the front of the hood is very realistic, but the backside is much less convincing, even when the chrome-plated surface is painted to match the underside of the hood, because it's just a flat, solid surface. Modifying the grille part was straightforward, and started by drilling holes all around the perimeter to cut out the mesh texture. Once this was removed, the opening was sanded smooth, and the 3 vertical bars were replaced using 20 thou by 40 thou styrene strip on its edge. Removing the grille also removed the attachment points for the hood hinges, as this rough outline drawn on the back of a stock kit grille shows. Those hinge parts were modified by trimming them down and removing the sections highlighted in blue. A hole was drilled to fit 3/64 brass wire, and they were then attached to the frame. For this project, I'm using a Revell of Germany frame for the longer wheelbase. Short pieces of 332 styrene tube were drilled to fit the 3/64 brass wire and glued to the inside of the hood. Inside face of the hinges were finished with small styrene discs after all test fitting was completed and the pins were cut to final length. The finished hood hinges are an acceptable compromise between strength, scale size, and accuracy, but the best feature about them is that they allow the hood to be easily removed compared to the stock kit hinges, which are glued permanently in place. Although it's not obvious in the picture here, one of the pins is cut slightly longer than the other. Having one of the pins longer than the other makes it easy to start the hood on the long pin and then guide it into place on the shorter one. Now the appearance is much more realistic with the hood raised. This model is still a work in progress, so final touch-up painting on the hinge pin hasn't been done yet. The mesh I used was from Plano Model Products, and there's enough in one package to do several trucks. Seen from the front, the difference in appearance using the etched grille mesh is more subtle, but it's well worth the extra effort, especially when compared side by side with the stock kit grille. The etched mesh has a lighter appearance overall, and being inset slightly from the face of the grille shell like it is on the real trucks, adds some more depth and highlights to the front of the model. This works just as well on cab-over grilles, and was even easier on this model because there was only a single grille bar. An added benefit of the open mesh is that details behind it, such as the white painted radiator shutters in this example, are now visible. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and tell us about your projects in the comments section down below.